We're getting a bird's eye view of Detroit Metro Airport. We're going to tour the McNamara Terminal, which is Delta Airlines' second largest terminal. And then we're going to tour the newest of the new, the North Terminal. Well, Scott, I guess one of the newest changes of the McNamara Terminal is that it's now Delta.
It is, in fact. Yeah, it's probably one of the biggest news items right now at the airport is the merger between Northwest and Delta, which was completed a while ago now. And they've certainly put their actions behind their words in terms of making Detroit central to their network. We're the second largest hub, second only to Atlanta, and Delta now being the world's largest airline. That's a huge deal for Detroit. And Delta's already begun the process of turning Detroit into its primary Trans-Pacific gateways, as well as new service to Hong Kong and Seoul, Korea.
Like non-stop flights?
Non-stop from Detroit, yep.
Wow.
We also have seasonal service to Rome, which is something that was new since the merger. The airport functions not just to serve Detroit travelers, but also as a hub for travelers from around the world to connect to where they need to go. We've got a lot of local concepts here, like, for example, the Henry Ford. Even our food court is themed the Woodward Avenue.
Woodward Avenue. You've got
GM Collection, Motown Music Review.
I always like to get a feel of what would it be like if I lived here?
So if this looks familiar to you at all, where we're standing is where George Clooney stood for the poster shot for Up in the Air.
Yeah.
It's one of
right
many.
Here? Cool.
Right here, yeah. So you can say you hung out where George Clooney hung out. The airport's been a huge location for film and television since the film incentives came through for Michigan, making us the most incentivized state to do business in for the film and television industry. So.
Right. Still got the tram going.
Yep, absolutely. This is the second longest airport terminal concourse in the world, second only to Osaka, Japan.
Really?
Yep. It's just almost exactly a mile from tip to tip.
Well, front row.
It is, yeah. And it's a fun ride.
How long does it take end to end?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, so you're going a mile in 2 minutes, which is great, especially if you got a tight connection from one end to the other. As much as some people love to walk and visit the shops and restaurants. This is definitely a faster way to go.
Yeah. So these are convenient if you don't need to take the tram all the way to the end.
Yep, we have moving walkways the entire length of the terminal, and even if you don't want to take the tram, but if you just want to take a more leisurely stroll, we've got over 90 shops and restaurants in this building. So there's plenty you're missing when you take the tram. I'll tell you that. So
yeah, going along here, you get kind of a nice view of. And then the hotel's coming up, the Westin.
The Westin Hotel, yep. And so it's got its own dedicated security checkpoint with an entrance right into the concourse. So yeah, so the convenience is really second to none.
So a quick little iced coffee break.
Yeah.
Now this is one of your favorite places
This
out west that has moved just...
It's the first one east of the Mississippi. It's the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. We have two of them here at the airport. And aside from their fantastic coffee, one of the things I love too is the condiment bar, if you will, here, where they've just got just about everything you could possibly imagine to put on top of your coffee.
Wow, look at that. Ooh, chopped candy canes. I'm gonna try that. Yum. Oh, I'm glad we stopped here. Oh, this is good. Feels like there's electricity in the air. There's so much activity going on here.
It is. It's a busy. Well, we have about 100,000 people who come through this terminal every day. So when you think about it, in a year, we'll do more than 3 times the population of the entire state that comes through the airport. So I mean, it's a lot of people. I mean, it's not many communities that have so much nonstop service, not only within the country and to the Caribbean, Mexico, and Canada, but to points all over the world, on continents ranging as far as the Far East and Asia, nonstop service to the Middle East, and of course lots to Europe.
So this is the space-age tunnel that leads to the rest of the airport?
I've heard it called a lot of different things. This is actually a piece of art that was commissioned that really makes the passage underneath the runway here an otherwise pretty boring walk pretty exciting.
It feels map-ish, like you're traveling the world I don't know.
It's open for interpretation like most art, I suppose. And really, I've heard a lot of different ways for it to be described, and it's a slightly different show pretty much every time somebody comes through.
And then, of course, the gorgeous lobby of the Westin,
yes.
right?
Another very unique asset of the airport here is the 4-star Westin Hotel. It's a 410-room property, and it is right attached to the Concourse A at the McNamara Terminal. We even have our own security checkpoint dedicated to the Westin, so guests can come right out of their room, come right past the front desk checkout, and be right in the concourse.
Bypass the lines.
Bypass the lines.
So then you call this the newest of the new.
This is the newest of the new. This is our North Terminal. It opened in the fall of 2008. So hard to believe that this is the new of 2, but really the entire airport is new. This is just the newest piece of it. The North Terminal is home to 10 different airlines,
10,
including some international airlines as well. So everyone other than Delta and their SkyTeam partners is here in the North Terminal.
So now we're actually inside the Concourse of the North Terminal, and
Yep.
it's got a very youthful feel. I mean, that's the first thing that hits me. The lights are kind of funky, the bright colors.
It's to keep the idea of the area being bright and airy.
So this Concourse has restaurants and shops as well.
Yep, we've got about 30 of them. You have your choice of both local and national concepts here. We actually have the first ever retail outlet for Sports Illustrated. This is the only one that existed when it opened. And then Gale's Chocolates, which should look familiar to folks from the northwest
Royal
suburbs. Royal Oak, yeah, but same Gale.
Well, it's a beautiful facade here.
It is, yeah. Well, Ruby Tuesday, this is it's a national chain, of course,
Right.
but this is their first airport location ever.
Oh,
and our first salad bar. Actually, the Detroit Metro Airport was named the healthiest airport in North America by the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine.
We
so
were?
We were, in fact. So
wow, I didn't
we
know that. So Scott, where's the train in this terminal?
Unfortunately, there's no train in this terminal, but this terminal is only about a half mile from tip to tip.
Oh,
so the
okay.
longest you'd ever have to walk here, even if you came into the farthest gate on one end or the other, it's less than a quarter of a mile. We also have 2 sets of these moving walkways here on either end of the terminal, so that you're really not walking very far at all.
So this is really nice architecture down here.
Yeah, a lot of natural light.
And so this is a food court. You just can grab your food.
This is the south end, and then again at the north end we do have these open and airy food court areas. The architect who designed this building calls this the funky younger brother to the McNamara Terminal.
I can see that.
It's got more of that urban industrial loft
Right.
feel. A lot of emphasis on bright colors
Yeah.
in this terminal.
Very inviting. Well, I want to thank you, Scott,
My
for taking the
pleasure.
time. We've had a great tour of the airport. And as you can see, Detroit Metro Airport is making the world available by making travel more convenient and easier than ever.